Hey, what's up guys? Steve here and welcome back to the channel. So today we're back in the bus and we're doing a bit of off-grid exploring. You've probably noticed from the thumbnail that we've been off route. We've been travelling further afield than the traditional stops that we have available, and we managed to find the depot. So this technically isn't in the game yet as a usable area, but what we've managed to do is drive around it. I'll show you around and do a bit of exploring in today's episode, and also show you the part of the route that we haven't seen so far, so the bits that don't actually currently have any active bus stops on, and don't have any route planning available yet. This will be coming in a later update, but I just thought we'd have a quick explore, give us something to do. Also chosen to do this bit at night in today's video, so we'll be able to show you around and see what the night video and night graphics look like. So without further ado, let's jump on into the bus for today's route. We're using the smaller of the two buses. You can see here we've got quite an open, expansive space here for the bus to explore today. A lot of charging points and stuff like that. Right, perfect. So let's jump inside the bus. Let's get it all set up and working, and then we'll drive it around. There's loads of buildings to explore in today's trip. You can see the lines, or sort of like lanes, I guess, here in front of us. Got all the I don't know whether these are fuel pumps or charging points or something. I know that obviously you've got different buses, so both petrol, diesel and electric available. So some of these may be charging points, some of these may be actual fuel stops. So I guess they'll get explained later in a later video. You've got the main entrance and exit just in front of you, which has got a what looks like a bear inside. We'll come back to that one in a minute. You've then got some office buildings here on the right, which do have a glass front to them, so you can actually technically see what's going on, and there's a cool reflection of the bus in that particular bit. Heading round, you've got what looks like maybe a staff car park on the left, another office block on the right here, and some funky lights, street lights there, which look pretty cool. And then you've got the first of the two big workshop buildings just coming up on the left here, as well as petrol station, and that looks like the entrance. So let's see if we can squeeze the bus into this one. So I think from looking at this one here, excuse me, it's looks like potentially a wash bay or something like that. It's got very rudimental kind of like equipment inside. It does look very much like it's possibly a bus wash, or will be a bus wash maybe in the future. But yeah, it looks pretty cool in here. And then you've got a couple of inspection pits just up here on the left and the right, with something like a lane in between. There's a lot of rubbish on the floor, so they need to get this tidied up before we start using it. And then head out through the end doors, and then you've got the second of the much larger workshops up here on the left. You can see just the other side of the car park. The architectural design on that building was pretty cool. So more what looks staff car parking. Nobody seems to be able to park in the bays there on the right. And we'll go through the main doors here and head into what effectively is the main workshop here. So I guess once this is implemented, you'll potentially get buses being worked on in here. There's a lot of inspection pits with what looks like some sort of oily residue at the bottom. You've got 6 post lifts here, or 8 post lifts, depending on which bus you're using, and all of this is pretty good design. Some of it looks like it's floating, but I guess that's probably just as they'll redesign it, they'll get the shadows and stuff right. There's toolboxes and stuff. You can see workbenches there on the left against the wall, and pallets on their right there. Let's try not to drive down this inspection pit. And there's other bits. So there's an old gas pump there on the left. See it there in distance. As I say, just well thought out area for, bear in mind, I say, an area where we're not really using yet. It's got loads of stuff there to do. I don't know whether you'll get stuff in there in terms of other buses being worked on, but it'd be cool to see that happening. You can just about see there in the distance on the left what looks like a home icon, so we'll head towards that. It probably won't do anything, but it's I guess that's where you're going to start from potentially once the the depot becomes live and we start using this area here. So let's park on this, see if anything happens. I'm not expecting anything to happen, but we'll just stop here for a second. There we go, perfect. No, nothing's going to stop. So, yeah, as mentioned today, we do have a nighttime route, so we have a bit of time to kill before we start off that part of the section of the route. And yeah, I think, I say, graphically, as well, pretty much all the buses, yeah, it's very well designed here, very well put together. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to use it once it actually comes alive. So, let's forward time a bit, and I'll catch you guys in a second. Alright, and we're back, and all of a sudden it's dark, or getting dark. So it's about, what is it, 9 o'clock in game. So I had to set a route up so that we could do this. You can see in the bottom right there, we should have been there 4 minutes ago, but we're not worrying about the actual route today. We're more about exploring and trying out what we can do in today's route and see what's there to explore. But yeah, as it gets darker, reason for trying out this route, you may have noticed there's been a number of updates to the bus. There's been a number of the updates to version 1.2 that improve. There's loads of stuff. If you want to see it, I'll put a link in the description to the Steam page where the updates are done. But I think the update 1.2 has had about 4 updates since it came out, including fixing some bits and pieces, some graphical performance changes and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely been a lot of work behind the scenes by TML Studios to make it look good, and there's even more stuff. I think they teased the other day a change to some of the buildings that are going to be given a better sort of facades to make them look even more sort of real life. So yeah, it's a lot coming. So let's take today's route. So show you the bit of the route that we never normally see. So let's get the bus all started up, set up the air conditioning and heating and ventilation and everything, just to get ready. Let's turn that fan down just a little bit. That's fine. Yep, turn all the lights on because it's going to get dark. Should we open? Yeah, let's open some hatches. I think we could probably get some fresh air into the cabin for these. So let's pop those 2 open. Yep, that's fine. Yep, just the 2. That's good. Alright, so do these? I can't remember if any of these buttons work. So let's switch on the camera. There we go. Switch the camera on for the interior observation. And make sure we put some lights on as it's dark or getting dark outside. Yeah, turn on the driver's lights so we can see what we're doing. Passenger lights, yeah, they're on, off, on. Okay, there we go. And I love the fact that the on-off switch is different for the off is the on and the on is the off. I think they maybe need to change that. Alright, so everything's, I think, set up fine here. Yep, that's all good. Let's turn that light off because we don't need that distracting us as we're going along. Perfect. Oh look, you can even change the air vents. Didn't even notice that. You can wind the air vents open or closed. Anyway, that's fine. We don't need to start the route. We've put in today's route number. Obviously it's going to show in the bottom right as our next arrival, which is like 8 kilometers away. But yeah, so we're just doing a normal tour route. We'll do up to the point that we do our first stop and then show you the round. So alright, I think that's pretty much us ready to go. So we'll head on out of here. I think the sort of entrance and exit is just to the right there. Yep, just there. You can see the main gate area. As I think he said, there was a bear in there. There's a lot of these bears dotted around the map. I think it was something that they did as part of the pre-launch. Is they yeah, there you go. You can see it there on the right. We'll stop and take a look at him and see what he looks like. I think he's probably dressed up to look like a bus driver. Yeah, he is. All right, let's stop here quickly and let's jump out and just have a quick look. Yeah, they are all over the place. They're gold bears. I think I can't remember what they're supposed to resemble, but you'll probably tell me, someone in the comments. But yeah, there you go. Look, in his office. Can we get in the office? Can we go and say hello? No, door's shut. Okay, he's just stood there with his arms up, like most of my passengers. They can't believe the poorness of my driving. Anyway, let's jump back inside. Let's head on for today's route. So yeah, so this is part of the map that you wouldn't normally see. It is just the sort of the second half, the bits I guess that will be coming. There's loads of bits on the map that aren't normally used in the first few stops, but it's all still there. It's all designed to be used as and when. And I did notice, if you see just up there on the right, there's a McDonald's. I didn't see one of them in the route so far. So yeah, and a Lidl and stuff like that. So it's good that they've got sort of real branding and stuff in there. Yeah, just mentioned, there you go, there's the McDonald's just up there on the right hand side. It's a drive-through, I think, but I don't think we can take the bus through. Sorry, getting hungry now, but no, we'll have to do that another day. So while we wait for these traffic lights to go red, there we go, to green. Try not to hit that truck that was on our right hand side. So yeah, it's interesting to see this part of the map that, as I say, isn't utilised yet. A part of one of the updates was to add a load more stops in that, although aren't being utilised at the minute, they are there. And I think in one of the previous videos we mentioned that you seem to drive past a lot of maps that aren't, a lot of stops that aren't used yet, and they've now introduced those at least onto the maps. So I don't think you can do anything with them as yet in terms of routes. But yeah, they're at least there, and there's I think one of the other updates was a return point at one of the bus stops, so you have like a return loop that you can go around. You'll also notice on the left here the tramway lines, so this flows pretty much through the whole map. You can see it there, just going sort of from behind us all the way forward. Eventually there will be working trams, I believe, or trains on that line, so you'll have to be careful of not hitting them going forwards. And obviously they do cross lanes like they do here, so obviously they go over. I guess the traffic lights will give them priority, but it'd be good to see those when it comes. Let's go out here, try not to hit that sign. Yep, there we go. But yeah, there's a lot more people out obviously doing this route at night. You see the building light up, and as you get closer to the sort of the bigger towns, it's, oh god, okay, I wasn't paying attention there, I was too busy looking at the daylight. Anyway, yeah, as you what's that? There you go, that's fine. Yeah, so as mentioned, we were enjoying some of the nightlife. As you get into the town, the bigger towns, it kind of lights up a lot better. Some of the bigger buildings have more sort of ambient lighting to it, which is really cool. I think the way they've done the night modes in this, in terms of lighting of the bus and lighting of everything else around it, is really cool. Obviously the improvements to the building, which will be coming out soon, will be really good, and I think, as I say, we'll just add a bit more of realism to some of the buildings. You can see some of them look a little bit two-dimensional in terms of their fronts. They don't seem to have the depth. I think that's what they were looking at in terms of the update, was just to give it some sort of detail. Yeah, so as you can see, we're running pretty late. We're still 6 kilometres away from our stop, and we're already 12 minutes late. Good job you don't get any points or get penalised for being late in this one. So let's just quickly show you the map of where we are and what we've done so far. So you can see the little green arrow is ourselves here. So we started off just by the stop, which is all the way to the right. This is all the bit that we're going to cover today, which is all the new bit, and you can see there's a lot of spur roads that go off it. And there's obviously there's no stops on this part of the route at all, so all of this stuff will be new and will be implemented at some point in the future. I can't remember which part of the roadmap or sort of update this part will come in, but it would be it's good to get at least to see it, as I've not seen that many videos that go past the end of the stop yet, so it's all a bit of a learning experience. You can see the train lines still on your left hand side that are heading through. Again, foliage and stuff sprouting out through the railway lines, or tram lines, whatever you want to call it. I've noticed a few new cars, which they may have been here all along, but I haven't noticed. There's I saw like a Mercedes G-Wagon. We'll probably find one today if we can as we go through. I still haven't managed to find that much en route for getting notes, so cash notes instead of coins. I know that was in the last update. You see that we have a lot of coin ones in the last one, even though they said they'd updated it to have note payments, but still not had any of those yet, so we'll see that going forwards. But hopefully we may get some notes on the first stop. We'll do the first stop, pick up the first lot of passengers in today's route, and then stop. So right, so back, stopped, more traffic lights. Hopefully they don't hold us for too long. Don't want to spend hours just going through this route and not even doing any stops. I'd like to at least get a stop done. But guys, yeah, I hope you're well. That car's a little bit closer, isn't it? Are we actually in that car, or is that car? Yeah, that car's in us. Okay, that's good collision physics there. But yeah, guys, I hope you're all very well, enjoying the videos. Thank you to everybody that's taken time to watch the videos. I know I say this every video, but it really does appreciate each one of you taking time to watch these videos. And for those of you that are subscribed to the channel, thank you for picking us to watch. As I say, I know the videos aren't always regular, shall we say. Apologies, this one's a day or two late. Not been particularly well recently, so I haven't had much time to do videos, and when I have been able to do videos, I sound particularly hoarse, so it would just be atrocious for anyone to watch. Anyway, as you see in front of us, you see the G-Wagon, so yeah, something new. I don't think I've seen that one before. It's something that I hadn't noticed in the game so far. So it kind of looks like we're into now a bit of a, you can sort of see like a, I don't know what you call it, like an office area. You can see big old car parks on the right hand side with roads and routes through. Could be housings, could be offices, I don't know. They seem to look like office blocks. But yeah, they've got big old areas, so I don't know whether or not in the future you'll be able to do like a drop off to an office, or do a route, whether the bus stops will be that far over or whether they'll just be here on the main road. But yeah, that'd be a pretty cool idea if you could do something like that, go into like a housing estate or an office complex and do like a hopper bus kind of route, and taking people from like the train stations out to the offices. That'd be a pretty cool idea. But anyway, yeah, so we'll follow this road on round. So this road bends round to the right just up here, so let's try not to mount the curb and take out a lamppost, which, no, we've managed to mount the curb already. This isn't going very well, is it? No, we're mounting the curb. I love how, I don't know if you can see just at the top of the screen there, the camera shows obviously the right hand side of the bus, so we can see when we're mounting the curb without even having to look to our right. I think that's a great idea that that camera is constantly live. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but yeah, it's always live. And then you've got like the passenger view as well, so you can see people getting up and on. Again, another part of the update that's supposedly been changed. The passengers will now walk and approach the bus stop as you arrive, and they'll also depart from the bus, so they'll also get up from their seats and walk over to their stops, to their doors for exiting when you get to the stops. Is something that we have noticed a couple of times. They just seem to randomly teleport up and over and out of the bus, and don't seem to walk out of any of the doors. It's the door mapping, I think, has also been changed. The fact that people will now use whichever door is closest to them, that's been changed in the game as well. So people will now, instead of just getting off and on the front or the rear, or get off the rear and on the front, it will now go to whichever door. So I think the middle door was never really utilised before as in any of the videos. So I've got a bus lane here, we can use it. Yeah, so it's never really utilised in any of the videos so far. So hopefully you'll get some people getting off and on the middle door now, and obviously when you use the longer bendy bus, it hopefully use all of the doors, not just the rear one. But yeah, what else has been going on? So look, another little. So what else has been going on? Yeah, so we've obviously got a release date now for Bus Sim 21. I think 7th of September, if my dates recall me rightly. So that's coming out there. They have just done or announced, I think, a day ago, the early sort of play test or playthrough, sort of beta testing. Unfortunately, I did apply, but they obviously didn't pick me, so never mind. We'll see. It's not something that you can. I think they had a pretty strict non-disclosure on it as well, so it unfortunately wouldn't have been coming to the channel early anyway. But it would have been nice to at least help them with the hours that we've got in Bus Sim 18. I think it would be nice to just have some sort of input in it, but never mind. You know, it's a shame, but it's not something that we had any choice over. So never mind. We'll see the next one. What else has come up? We've got so we've got the next DLC for Fernbus, which is coming out on like the 20th of May. So you've got the Belgium update coming out. So there's already a few videos of those starting to come out. I think Squirrel showed a video probably a couple of days ago now, depending on when this video comes out, of the first route that he's done in that, and there's a few others that have come out as well. So yeah, that looks really good, as all Fernbus DLCs do. That looked really good. Be interested to see that when it comes out. Definitely be getting that one. But other than that, I think to say at the moment there's not massive amounts. There's a few beta updates come out for Fernbus to fix a few bits. Tourist Bus, there's not really a lot in that at the moment. We haven't really got anything new to try out there for the minute. So unfortunately, yeah, there's not really any new bits to show you on that one. There's, I think, Train Sim World announced a new DLC pack, which is the Rush Hour pack, which is coming out later this year, which shows some different routes to it, some new map. Oh, hang on, whoa. Okay, did we just hit that car? This is the problem, driving in third person. You can't actually see. No, he's driving off, so I think we did okay. But yeah, there's a load of stuff coming out, which would be good, and as I say, a lot of stuff that we can do. So yeah, as I say, bear with us. We'll have more content coming out. I think the next video we've got coming out is a trip back to Omsi. The last Omsi videos we did, there's another couple of routes coming up for that as well. And yeah, we'll see what's coming up after that. As I say, I'm tempted with some more Bus Sim 18, or maybe even another Fernbus episodes to sort of head on through. But we'll see what happens. As I say, it's a week now before the Belgium DLC comes out. I say we haven't got early access, so we'll maybe try one of those as the video after that. So we'll see how that gets on, and see what we're going with that one. Right, so we're waiting for traffic yet again. You can see here the roads themselves have changed a little bit as we're getting more towards the first stop and the centre of town. It's become very tight. Obviously the buildings are, a bit more urban environment, a lot more people still wandering around. So for what's this, nearly 9:25 at night, there's still a few people out and about. I guess the nightlife in and around Belgium is still there. I guess there's restaurants and there's bus lane we could have used. Yeah, I guess the nightlife is still good and people still returning home from work, or doesn't even give you a day. Oh, it's a Thursday, so we were on an early Thursday. Nobody saw those lights. They weren't red, I promise. Alright, cool. So going straight over these. So yeah, as you can see, we are here. So just a little bit. Obviously you've got a different route here that you can do, so you can go straight on or you can go left and round. I think, as I say, we'll follow the sat nav, we'll go straight on, but yeah, that is another option we could do. You can go left and round. So you'll see there some of the again, more sort of high-rise buildings in the distance, of offices and homes and stuff like that, which, as I say, I think once this next update, or the update with the graphical fixes on those will come out, they'll probably look a little bit more real. At the moment they just look like sort of like boxes with lights on, and just kind of like they look a little bit 2D. I think that's they need to have a little bit more depth into it. Okay, alright, that's time. What's the time? So yeah, still stepping away. We don't need to mess around with too many of those buttons, I don't think. No, they're fine. Right, no, got loads of fuel, we're good to go. Alright, look at this, we're not even paying attention and the lights have gone green, so let's go straight through the lights and head on through. So we're about 2 kilometers away from our first stop, so not long to go now. This is all part of the route that we haven't really seen, so I think it's good to explore it, good to see what's around, and see what sort of roads we could be challenged with in the future with different routes. I say a few more traffic lights on this one, obviously, as you go into the town centre and start getting into more built up areas. Obviously you'll find more of them. So we're doing left at this next set of lights. Yep, cool. So again, we sort of meet back up with the tramway that's sort of here, so I guess that's probably headed sort of out of town in that way. Got like a petrol station here. I guess this is some sort of hotel building, maybe. I don't know what the kind of like the Japanese style sort of like gateway is there, but it's there. And then yeah, you got like these that building in the distance, kind of like an office, I guess. But no, I think it's very well represented so far. There'll be some good, so it'd be good to get some more sort of optimization and graphics changes, but no, as with all the videos I've done so far, I think you'll all agree it's it's a good starting point, and it's definitely something that we'd like to build on. Oh no, who's got right of way? We got right of way, they got right of way, they got right of way. That's fine. We're bigger than them. We'll just carry straight on through. All right, cool. So we're heading on through. As I say, you've got 1 kilometre to our next stop. I think it's further down here on the right hand side, and you can just see some of the sort of the main Berlin architecture. See, too busy talking about the Belgian DLC. So yeah, you've got the sightseeing bits and pieces and landmarks and stuff in the distance there, and the park in. Obviously the railway lines, as we mentioned, going right the way through. It'd be good to see some trams and stuff going back and forwards on those in the future, just to get some different challenges on that subject, guys. What do you think? I think I've said this before. I have got Tram Sim. I don't know whether or not it'd be something you guys would be interested in seeing. There's a few DLCs come out for it. I've tried it a little bit, but I haven't really done a video on it. I haven't done a video at all on it, actually, to be fair. So whether you guys would be interested in seeing a Tram Sim video, if you are, put it in the comment section below that you want to see a Tram Sim video. If you don't, and I don't hear anything, I'll assume not. I might try it anyway. We'll see how it gets on. But there's loads of DLCs and stuff coming out for it. There's different trams, some old ones, some new ones. There's a brand new or newish tram come out in that one. So maybe we'll, maybe we'll try that one for a video. We'll see. But almost there now. We've got 591 meters to go till our final stop. We're stuck in traffic again as normal, as seems to be the way. You think the traffic would be lighter at 9:30 at night, but obviously not. Still pretty busy. Alright. There's a tree that we seem to be going through. I guess it'd be difficult to try and do a functional tree that sort of moves and bangs against the side of the bus as you go past it. I can imagine the graphics required to do that and programming required to do that is amazing. Alright, so let's head on through these lights, and you can see there on the little map on the bottom right hand side there, we've got our stop just coming up the other side of these traffic lights, so we'll head straight through, and yeah, we'll utilise the bus lane from here out. So this is Spandauer Street. There we go, perfect. So there we go. So let's stop here, let's open the doors up, let's get these people on. Let's have a quick look and watch them as they get on. Good, okay, no problem. Right, there we go. Right, so that's everybody on board. Right, quick trip down to our next stop, which is only 300 and something meters away, so we've got very short drive to do to that one. Cool. So yeah, sorry, I don't know why the sat nav was showing a different stop there. That was Alexanderplatz, that wasn't Spandauer Street. So let's stop here at Spandauer Street. Cool, there we go. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened there with that sat nav. It seemed to want to have a moment. So you can see there the people are starting to walk to the curve as we get there. So open the doors, let these people on, see who's going to get on. Oh, big old lag there. Okay, so we've got someone who wants a ticket. So you want a single AB and print. Okay, get those, get some money. Right, and you want a single AB, same again. So press print, take your money. So no notes there, unfortunately. Alright, so I think probably that's a good place to stop for today. We have got obviously the rest of the route to do, but I won't bore you to tears with that one. This is a route that we've done before. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little exploration of parts of the map that we haven't been to before, and obviously showing you around the depot. It'd be great to actually physically be able to use the depot, but we'll have to wait a little bit of time before that becomes available. But yeah, guys, if you've enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the exploration of the bus area, then please smash that like button. If you've enjoyed the video and you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell notification icon so you can be updated when new episodes come out. And as always, guys, if there's any questions, queries, comments or suggestions for future episodes or series, then please don't hesitate to put those in the comments section down below. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching and look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care. Bye.